The filter-free diary. Uh,
Good afternoon. It's 1:38 and kind of spent the day thinking about that whole out of the chaos rose order. Because not for nothing, that means eventually out of the order will rise chaos. And I'm thinking about that because I definitely think that's possible, because I have definitely been, under very intense amount of order before, and all I wanted to do was freak out and be like, "Bah!" and be crazy. So I definitely understand that one. That one doesn't even seem that hard to understand, right? Like, if everything you always do is order, wouldn't you just want to, like, spaz out? But then, apparently, if all you ever do is spaz out, eventually you want to do order, and that's the flow. Yeah, and it's kind of neat because the feminine, as a reflection of, water, it's flowing back and forth between the masculine this way, and spirit this way. It's logic and order, it's creativity and chaos. It's the tide that makes the water just flow, and I'm in such a weird spot about all this because I can't technically be like, well, the chaos is terrible, because it can feel terrible when you're in so much of it, but I like chaos. And I can't be like, oh, the order is terrible, because I like order. I like a little order in my chaos, a little chaos in my order. Oh no. And honestly, I think that's what the yin and yang symbol actually means. I don't think it's the female and the male. I think it's order and chaos, which is technically the spirit and the masculine. And there's a little bit of masculine in spirit and a little bit of spirit and masculine. And that makes sense to me because they reflect one another, right? The 1 reflects the 9, which is masculine. The 7 reflects the 3, right? They're doing the thing. So it's kind of weird, right? It's kind of weird because the form, the feminine in all of this, is just going back and forth like a tug of war. Or is she the one that's actually deciding, too much, let's bounce back, too much, let's bounce back? This really got me thinking about a whole bunch of way too many things, because if the coin flipper is the one that makes it go from chaos to order, then couldn't the coin flipper also be the one that makes it go from order to chaos? And these thoughts are not lost on me because this whole religion over, Jesus, who is like the light bringer, even though back in the day I did not recognize him as the light bringer. I just thought he was this man that walked around and said things and then they killed him, and I didn't really understand why. I guess I thought the people wanted to listen to the man saying things more so than they wanted to listen to the people in charge, but isn't that always the case? Aren't the people in charge always the ones making people miserable, so no one ever really wants to listen to them? So I didn't really I didn't understand that the things that Jesus was supposed to be saying was like light, right? Like he was bringing the light, and that's why they try to snuff him out. Like, I guess it's because the things in the Bible don't really seem all that enlightened to me, and they really don't. But whatever. So the fact that there is this myth, this story, this legend of this light bringer who shows up, and it's a Loki type character that takes advantage of the story and, puts everyone to sleep with a twist on a dumb story, right? And then the light bringer shows up and has to bring light from its own warped story, which is just... Is that irony? I feel like that's irony. The light bringer has to bring the light from its own story because its own story was twisted into darkness. So now the light bringer has to be like, there was none before me. Ah! What is this? And part of me wonders, the Jack that came up with this twist, was that me in another life? Was I just like, hey, let's use this story and fuck it all up and put an itch in it? What the fuck? And then in the end, what does it all mean except, hey, time to switch directions. Hey, time to switch directions. Let's try some order for a while. Now we're done with order, let's try some chaos for a while. Like, is it really we're just trying to keep the party going? What is this? What is this? Have a good afternoon.